Playing CSGO can only be done by using a PC or laptop, so how do you get your fix when you're on the go? My name is Braden, and welcome to Valve Guides. There are many Counter-Strike clones on mobile app stores, however some of them are actually pretty good and entertaining, surprisingly, because mobile games in general are not good. So let's take a look at the top 10 mobile games like CSGO. At number 10, we have Bullet Party 2, available on Android and iOS. This game lacks the visual and graphical aspects of CSGO, however, when playing, you really feel the resemblance between the two games. With many different guns and weapon skins, you'll have a lot of fun exploring the content. The maps are laid out and spaced well, with the majority having a balance of which team has the advantage, and the game is currently free with in-app purchases. That's the hiccup. The game doesn't run all that well, with many reviewers saying they got around 10 to 20 FPS, which is why we're gonna have to leave this at number 10. The game is overall quite fun. However, with a lack of achievements, there isn't really much to work with here. At number 9, we have Critical Strike for Android and iOS. This was one of the first CSGO clones to reach mobile devices. When first being released, it was pretty much exactly the same as the older versions of CS minus the maps, with the weapons being the same and even some of the same audio. However, this is one of the more outdated games with a lack of major updates and developments. The game is still popular enough to guarantee you a full server if you enjoy the nostalgia of a first-person shooter. At number 8, we have Special Forces Group 2. This CT vs T game has the Counter-Strike basics to a T. Lots of T's. The maps and weapons have a Counter-Strike feel to them, however the game looks pretty outdated with problems with performance and hackers. The game isn't all that popular anymore, however offering a lot of content and maps. The game can be enjoyable if that's your jam, aimed at more of a casual player. The game won't really give you the sense of achievement by grinding it though. Number 7 is Guns of Boom. This is a Team Fortress meets CSGO clone, and it is a great casual fun game to play with your friends. With a decent take on pay to win, you won't find yourself being utterly destroyed by somebody who has plowed their mom's credit card into the game. Offering fast-paced PvP and good performance with cartoon-style graphics, Guns of Boom is definitely one of the best shooters on the App Store. However, we have ranked it number 7 as its resemblance to CSGO is less of the upcoming games. Coming in at number 6, we have Squad Strike 3 FPS. Graphically and mechanically, this game has a slight resemblance to the CS franchise. However, with a variety of the maps being identical, it would be silly not to add it to the list. The game looks very outdated and runs pretty badly too. The UI doesn't really blend that well with the game's visuals, although it does give it somewhat of a futuristic feel, but an outdated futuristic feel. Yikes. However, if you enjoyed the earlier Counter-Strike games and want to game casually on the go, this could be a game that you might want to try out. At number 5, we have Critical Missions SWAT. This is a less well-made Critical Ops. The game offers Counter-Strike-like gameplay, with it being slow at times. The game is a good clone of CS, however it lost popularity since Critical Ops was released. It has a good UI layout, however sometimes I find the UI unresponsive, and the game runs pretty well at around the 40 FPS mark, which for mobile is not too shabby. Critical Missions was originally made for PC and is only available on mobile for iOS. At number 4, we have Counterattack Multiplayer FPS, and this game is not really that popular, however it is a really well made game. The CSGO clone offers great performance and great visuals for a gamer looking to play competitive, but still casually. The game can sometimes have ping issues, but that's not a huge problem, and the game is overall well made, adding its own spin on the popular CS franchise. However, the game offers a variety of skin patterns which you have to purchase in-app. But overall for mobile, if visuals are a big deal to you, definitely try this one out. At number 3, we have Standoff 2. This game has so much resemblance to CSGO that you could mistake a video of the game being CS if you just glanced at it and assumed that CS was running on low graphics. The controls and the layout of the UI is the best of any of the games on this list, with the layout being very well made to give you the best experience while also having the best visuals. The graphics of the game are pretty darn good for a mobile game, with the game running pretty smooth on most mobile devices, especially if you have a newer one. This definitely deserves a top 3 spot on the list. However, unlike the next 2, is more of a casual and laid-back game, which brings us to number 2, Bullet Force. Available on iOS, is a Call of Duty and CSGO cross-clone. The game has great mechanics with the gunfights playing out very well. The game has great resilience to players with ping problems. I found the gunfights to be pretty well balanced no matter what the latency was, and the maps are quite small. However, they're very well designed with the graphics looking good for a mobile game, and the game runs very well with an option to cap your frame rate at 30 FPS. The game does have in-app purchases, however however, the game is nowhere near pay to win. You can easily better a player who spent $20 on a gun with the starter weapon. The game also offers tournaments for players that want to take the game more seriously with monetary prizes. At number 1, we have Critical Ops. The game's similarities to CSGO is uncanny. With the weapon mechanics being pretty much identical to CSGO as well as the gameplay, there is no argument that this deserves a number 1 spot on the list. This game is so well made that it has its own esports scene, with tournaments being hosted by third-party providers. You can make a name for yourself in the mobile world if you so desire. The game has constant updates with bug fixes and improvements being added frequently. The game offers 0 pay-to-win opportunities, and the game runs mostly constant at a 60 FPS, with the gunfights being very smooth and tactile. If you're looking for a competitive mobile FPS, then this is most likely the game for you. Anyway guys, that does it for today's video. I hope you enjoyed. Are you a mobile gamer? Do you find it shameful to be a mobile gamer? Do you think mobile games are underrated? What's your opinion on the subject? Let me know in the comment section. My name is Braden. Thank you for sticking around until the end of the video. Stay amazing. I will see you next time.